one fantasy player this season in the NFL will be Antonio Brown. I think this because he's the number one receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger is a great quarterback that will feed him the ball enough. Martavius Bryant is injured, so Antonio Brown will definitely be getting a lot of throws this season. With Victor Cruz getting injured the last 2 years, Odell Beckham Jr. has been the primary receiver for the New York Giants. Eli Manning has loved Odell Beckham Jr. the last 2 years. He has come through in the clutch and is obviously their best receiver by far. He can make great catches that you in your backyard can't make at all. Julio Jones of the Atlanta Falcons is one of the best receivers in the league for this reason. He is a tall receiver that can go upstairs and make great catches. He's the biggest red zone threat in the NFL, and Matt Ryan, he's not very clutch, but he can feed him the ball. With Roddy White aging and not getting the ball enough, Julio Jones is their number one target. Last year, Adrian Peterson broke out again. After being suspended a whole year, people didn't know if he'd be good. But Peterson came back last year and had a Pro Bowl season. He made all the defenders look silly, and I think he'll do the same this year. With a rookie quarterback in Jared Goff, the Rams aren't going to lean towards passing this season, especially with the wide receiver crew they have. Todd Gurley is going to be their number one choice at running back, just like Adrian Peterson is. They're going to rush a lot, and he's going to get a lot of yards with the great offensive line of the Los Angeles Rams. Of the Los Angeles Rams. Last year, DeAndre Johnson. What the heck is that? Last year, DeAndre Hopkins broke out for the Houston Texans. They might have gone through 3 or 4 quarterbacks, but this year they have it in Brock Osweiler. They spent a lot of money, and they're definitely going to lean towards him. Number one target, DeAndre Hopkins. They don't have many others. They don't have a great tight end. They don't have a great running game. DeAndre Hopkins will definitely be the number one prospect. David Johnson of the Arizona Cardinals broke out last season. Stop laughing, please. David Johnson of the Arizona Cardinals broke out last season. With the injuries with the Cardinals running game and Ja2k just aging, he was their number one back. He had a great run against my Philadelphia Eagles that really broke my heart. That's when I knew he'd become the next star. He's very fast and very elusive. I think he can become the next star, and this year is going to be his year. You may think of Cam Newton as a guy who just celebrates and gives balls to kids when he scores touchdowns. No, he's a 6'6" beast with speed, and he can throw a ball. He can throw absolute dimes. He can do special things with the football. This year, Ted Ginn, Greg Olsen, and all their other receivers, including a big Devin Funches, who is young, are going to be great targets for him. Jonathan Stewart in the run game will be big, and he can be a passing threat too. Cam Newton is good with his arm and legs, which makes him a great quarterback for fantasy. Gronk may not be as good this year, in my mind, because Tom Brady's out the first 4 games. Maybe Jimmy G can give him some targets, and maybe he can get a touchdown too. But I think he'll still be the same. He can get open, he's great at running routes, he has huge hands. He can catch basically anything, he outruns any linebacker. And the final person on this list... The final person on this list, Russell Wilson, is just like Cam Newton, just way shorter. He has a great arm, but better targets. Last year, Doug Baldwin, absolute young receiver with speed, is a great target too. And maybe Jimmy Grant can do something special.